friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage, a little bit of goofing around tonight. And I've got a really cool, it's not too old, but it's getting older, pistol for you guys that I just recently purchased. And it's actually pretty nice. This particular one, I believe, is an early production one, based on the serial number, if I'm reading it right, but it doesn't matter. So what we have here is a target pistol that was made by Gamo, and it's a Gamo, and it says Model Compact on the slide up here, and it's a really pretty cool target pistol. It's a single stroke pneumatic, very similar to the Beeman P9, but actually more famously out here in the garage, my Webley Nemesis single stroke pneumatic, and that one will be surely going head to head with this one down the road here. But tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of a review with it and trying a couple of shots with it. I'm really very pleasantly surprised with it. Right up front, I did want to tell you guys that I do have one little issue with it that's going to be hampering my ability to shoot it really accurately right now. And it's actually one of the features of the gun that's the problem. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation, but it's also adjustable for width of the blades width, and that was done by a little screw that's down inside of there. This particular example being an older one, somebody tried to adjust that and the screw head is broken off, so I can't adjust it, and the sight blades are too close together and I can't see this whole front sight blade between those two, so I can't really, it's hard to judge left to right if I'm really centered. So, but I did go on just actually tonight, I went on Pyramid Air, and they do have a complete replacement sight for that. It was actually with shipping and tax and everything was like 20 bucks. So that is already ordered and on its way to me. It was the last one they had. So if you needed one, sorry, I already bought it. But this one is really pretty cool and it works really well. When I first got it, I did an unboxing earlier in the week, and was having a problem where it wasn't, you close it and it would just pop off, and took it apart and come to find out there was down inside the lockworks here, there was an old mashed up pellet down inside there that was hampering the trigger reset. But got that back together and now it's working perfect. It's not as powerful as I expected it to be, but it's a target pistol, so it doesn't really matter. But I did run some crony numbers on it, and it's very consistent. That's what's important with a target pistol, much more so than the feet per second actually. But I was seeing right around a 345 average, and the big thing there was the consistency. Was the split was only like 7 feet per second over. I'm only showing 5 here, but I did like 10 shots, and it was doing that 7 between those 10 shots. So, but the bigger thing that I'm really impressed about is a lot of the people I read some other reviews about this online, and some people were really kind of poo-pooing the trigger. But this one, I don't know if somebody's done work on it or whatever, but this one is actually really nice, really crisp. It's a 2-stage, and I did a 5-shot pull average. And what I had, I put it up here, I had 1 pound 9 ounces as an average, and again, that the variation there was very small, so it's got a really nice trigger. The Webley is better still. The Webley was like 15 ounces, but 1 pound 9 ounces is a very nice trigger. So, but let's go ahead and we'll shoot a couple of groups and wrap this up for tonight. But this is going to be a fun addition to the channel, I can tell already. Once I get that sight replaced, I could probably try to take it apart and do something with it, but Actually, the part was $11, the shipping was $9, but for 20 bucks, I'm gonna spend an hour or two goofing around with that. If I can buy the part for 20 bucks, I'm just gonna replace it and be done with it. But let me bring you out here to the range, and we'll go ahead and shoot a couple of groups and call it a night. Actually, I'm gonna shoot it standing up like I should. So let me raise this camera up just a little bit. So you're up at my shooting height. That'll be better. Just for, normally would shoot this one-handed, but just for the sake of trying to do the best groups I can for the review, I'm going to shoot it offhand but two-handed. So it should be a little bit fairer for the gun. So this group I'm going to shoot with some Meisterkugels, 7-grain Meisterkugels. Let's see, what else do I want to shoot it with? Where are they at? I'll shoot it with a little bit of heavier pellet, a QIS pellet on the second group. We'll see what that does. Another thing, the Beeman P17, and I can only imagine that the Beeman P3 and the Weihrauch HW40 are the same. They have a very narrow, where you put the pellet in up here in the top. This one has a nice generous opening there to get in. Not as big as the Webley Nemesis, but a nice generous opening there to get the pellet in. And it's a lot easier to manipulate. I like to shoot wad cutters, but the P17 and also my Stoeger XP4, the top is narrower, and it's really kind of cumbersome to be able to get that pellet to slide in there. So, but anyway, enough yakking. Let's do some shooting. I really think this is going to be a great a great shooting gun once I can actually sight it properly. I started messing around with zeroing it, but it's really tough. It was shooting left, I'd bring it over a little bit, but once I realized I couldn't move that, open that blade up at all, I stopped and just figured I would find a new sight for it. Luckily, one of the things that I actually found out in doing my research on it is that this has been discontinued just actually fairly recently, within the last couple of years, but Air Venturi is still selling the model that they call the V10, and it is exactly the same gun. And the sight that I have coming was listed on Pyramid Air as a V10 sight, but it is the identical sight. So as you can see, even without proper sighting, this thing is a good shooting gun. One big ragged hole. So let's try the heavier pellets. I've been doing most of my testing with it with the lighter pellets. I haven't really tried it much with heavier pellets, so this is kind of an experiment for me too. I do like the grip, fits my hand really well. It's got a really nice kind of target ergonomic grip, and it fits really well. If my voice sounds a little hoarse, I was working outside today again, out in the rain, up on a lift. I'm actually kind of tired, but I really wanted to get out here and shoot this guy and get this video done for you guys. So, but I don't feel bad, but just being out there in that cold and that wind's got my voice a little bit raspy. It sounded like it had a little bit more pepper to it with these heavier pellets. I don't know if try across the chronograph with a heavier pellet. But this guy's gonna give the Webley and the Baikal a run for their money, I can tell. This is with almost no trigger time behind this guy already, and I'm already shooting it that good. Almost everything I read about other people talking about this gun with the trigger and everything, they say that it had like a 3+ pound trigger. So I don't know if I just got a gem. Somebody did some work on it. But this one, like I said, 1 pound 9 ounce, I'm not gonna mess with it. It's a really nice trigger. It's crisp, it's very crisp. Just a little tiny bit of take up and then it just breaks. That's some good shooting right there. So anyway, ended up a little bit longer than I meant to be, but that usually happens with me. But there you go. There is the Gamo Compact. Best I can tell, this is an older model. They did start this production of this back in the early or mid 90s from what I found, and Gamo made them up until just recently. I can't find exactly when they stopped listing it as a current product. But Air Venturi still makes them. This one was listed as made in Spain. I don't know if the Air Venturis are made in Spain or if they're made in China. They look exactly the same though. They even got, they're exactly the same as this one. So, but anyway, there you go. Hope you liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.